Good morning, beloveds. I'm having a morning. Mostly because I'm just running behind. I'm struggling to catch up today. But that's neither here nor there. We are here to do a new design for living. And let's do the housekeeping, because I don't know what I was about to say. And all the housekeeping is me reminding you, we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. Website is creativelife.org. Constant contact email, info@creativelife.org. That will get you one email a week, tells you what's going on for the week and the month. The hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it means it will take you right to the information or the person that can help you get it. When I say one email a week, I mean that. It's a real person doing it. He didn't have time for more than that. There was something else. Oh, if you get, it's almost always weather related if you get more than one. We live on the Gulf Coast. And then, the last one is, it's a blind CC. Nobody's going to see your email. You won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. Now, the social media, we do not monetize the social media. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So what we ask you to do, like, subscribe, follow based on which platform you are on. And then with the individual posts, react, comment, and share. It bumps us in the algorithms. More people see our stuff. Frankly, that's the goal of social media. So it's a free and easy way you can support us. So we are either Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark. And I am the running Ryan across all the social medias that I am on. So, all right, that is it. Now, A New Design for Living was written towards the end of Ernest's career. This is the process of science of mind. Yes, science of mind is considered a religion for our government paperwork. We're not a religion. We don't teach you what to believe. We teach you how. And a little bit of why, but only a little bit of why. Just why it's important to believe, not why you believe what you believe. That's beyond anybody. That's just, yeah. You have to figure that out yourself. What you believe and why, the why of what you believe, that's between you. But we can help you with why it's important to believe. So, and how. So that's our job. So we're more of a philosophy, a way of life. And that's exactly what this is. As Jesse likes to say, when you pray for something, when you treat for something, the universe generally doesn't just hand you what you've treated for. It hands you a process. So, we are in, I believe, chapter 9. We're closing in on halfway through the book. And the chapter 9 is You Are Creative. And so our article today is the source of inspiration. Great music. Beethoven would suddenly encounter in his mind a complete symphony. His only effort, and a somewhat strenuous one, was to hurriedly place it on paper while he could still retain it in his mind. The experience of Einstein walking to a blackboard, a piece of chalk in hand, and writing a new formula that just came to mind. One he could not fully explain or verify, but one he said was true. One that had announced itself to him in such a way there was no room for doubt or uncertainty. Even more recently, there was the case of Dr. Edward Teller, the famous physicist who was working on the problem of developing a thermonuclear reaction, the basis of the hydrogen bomb. All others in their research and investigations were following similar paths, which appeared would be productive. What happened? For some reason, impossible to explain, his thinking made a departure from all that was being done, and he headed off in an entirely new direction. He solved the problem. Solved it in the only possible way it could have been solved. The previous path that was being followed was a blind alley. Then there was the famous mathematician Henry Poincaré, who lived at the start of last century, the 20th century, because we're in the 21st century now. and was concerned with the solving of of complex problems which others did not even have the courage to pose for themselves. Sorry, hang on. In their solution, he said that there is a time when the human mind seems to borrow least from the exterior world and acts or appears to act only by itself. The mind alone, for him, seemed to become a creator. Then everything that occurred happened as though the mind were only an examiner interrogating ideas which were presented to it. In many respects, in mathematical discovery, the human mind seems to be a channel for something greater than itself. It accepts and announces the discovery. The discovery comes whole and complete. The history of humanity is packed with countless similar illustrations, all of them fascinating. At times, it seems as though the impossible suddenly become possible. How can these things be explained? A stroke of genius, intuition, inspiration? Yes, probably all of these, but much, much more. All the ability involved in the logical process of reasoning could in no way enable the individual to arrive at the conclusion achieved. Something new entered the picture. Mind, infinite mind, expressed itself. Life went forth anew into creation. There is no other possible source or explanation for what occurred. In almost every instance, such discoveries and creations have flowed through and from the minds of people, have been the result of sufficient intellectual courage to turn from the obvious, the appearance of things about them, from their own preconceived and static patterns of thinking, and encounter the pure, unadulterated action of the creative activity of mind. It is there if we but seek it out, recognize it, and accept it. So I love an English author who unfortunately is no longer with us, named Terry Pratchett. And he talked about one of his characters. It was actually a conversation between Vetinari, who is the governor of Ankh-Morpork, which is the major city. And he was talking about, I think he was talking to his secretary at the time. And in this case, he was telling the secretary about Leonard de Quin, which is Leonardo da Vinci, in this world. And how ideas are constantly, in his words, I believe, because I think that's where I got the title from, sleeving in. Ideas are constantly sleeving in. The ideas are constantly around us, all of the time. And it's about being open to those ideas. And in Vetinari's conclusion is that Leonard was just more open than most people. And so more of the ideas landed in his head, and then he wrote them down. And so and I did a talk titled that, Ideas Are Always Sleeping In. And it can be a little bit like tuning a radio station, where, like you could sit down every day and do a meditation and see if you can tune into the ideas around you. It is like, I've sat down and done it. Like, if I've needed a creative solution or I needed to find something, then I sat down and did a meditation, and I asked my mind, it's like, I know you know this information. And I need it now. And almost always when I do that, I am at least given enough information to get me where I need to go, to do whatever it is I do. Because in this case, I am sitting down and asking the infinite mind, hey, I know you have this information. I need this information. I am open to receiving this information. That's what he's talking about. And I get it because I've heard poetry that way. Like, if I write poetry, because occasionally I do, I hear the words in my head. And it's my goal to write them down as fast as I can. So, and sometimes, like, when I'm listening to people talk about, various things, like, okay, so here's the answer. It's not coming from me. It's merely coming through me. Because as that Einstein quote said, when he said what he said about Einstein, one he could not fully explain or verify. Been there, done that. It's about being open to the infinite mind and knowing that whatever you seek is already exists in the infinite mind. You just have to be open to receiving it. And that is it. Short. It was a kind of a long essay, a long essay for, these essays, but that was the point, Let me give you these examples. Frequently we get information that we just have to accept because it is what we have asked for. And when we ask for it, we got to be open to receiving it. Everything that we need already exists in the mind. We just have to be open to it. All right. And now I need to move on because I am running a little bit behind today. So I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a you got this day, a take care of business day, a let's get this week started off right day, a do what you need to do day, a make sure you make time to sit down and rest day, a cuddle your fur babies day, a drink plenty of water day, a dance in the sunshine while you got it day. It's a little cooler today, which is nice and weird. The weather keeps doing this. Yeah, welcome to February in Texas. Dress in layers day because the weather keeps doing this day. I may be out of words day for now anyway. A good day. And if that is too much pressure, because I get it. It's been a little bit for me lately. Simply have a day. You are enough. Just as you are. You're a beloved expression of the divine. You're spirit in motion, God in action, a brilliant light, a divine spark, a beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. So, explore the truth of your being, get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. From there, anything is possible. Anything at all is possible. As I have said, it all already exists in the mind of God. We just have to be open to accepting it. All right, beloveds. Get to know who the divine knows you to be. Please do. It's worth it. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you, although he was on at like quarter to 11 last night. So yeah. I will be back with you around 9:15 tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.